Good morning, gifted crafters. It's crafting time.
Today is going to be that day. Gonna have things go my way. Embroidering fashion that sells. Using all my knowledge, I will excel. Stitch by stitch, let color shine bright. Turning a blank canvas into art feels right. Time is flying by and this is my art. With embroidery machines, I'm doing my part. I search the web for a magical design. Looking high and low as I sip on my wine. Metallic thread, watch it shimmer and shine. I transform my blanks into a one-of-a-kind. Stitch by stitch, let color shine bright. Turning a blank canvas into art feels right. Time is flying by and this is my art. With embroidery machines, I'm doing my part.
Live from the Sunshine State in Miami, Florida, here is the Gifted Crafters Morning Show with Nancy.
Good time. Ooh, time to get our craft on. Ooh, time to have fun. Ooh, time to feel good.
Good morning, Gifted Crafters, and welcome back to the Gifted Crafters Morning Show. Good morning out there, and hello to everyone. Yay! Today is going to be a fun day, and it is, yeah, we're here, Wednesday. Yeah, it's hump day. But it's also my birthday. Yay! And a special thank you to Heather Kaufman for the super chat. That was super sweet. I can't believe you guys remembered. That's awesome. And thank you to everyone who's wishing me all the birthday wishes. That's awesome. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much. And thank you all for tuning in today. Now, if you're here for the first time, my name is Nancy with GiftsHQ, and today's my birthday. And we have a channel that talks about crafting, everything from sewing, knitting, crocheting, decoupage, and so much more. We do all kinds of demos and tips and tricks. So if that's something you're into, you're definitely in the right place. Go ahead and pop yourself into the chat and say hello. And thank you guys all for tuning in. Let's see who we have out there. Of course, we've got Heather Kaufman. Good morning to you. We've got Renee. I see Robin's Quilt Basket. I see Connie. I see Evelyn. Let's see, Cindy. Good morning, everyone. Oh my goodness, a lot of happy birthdays. Good morning, Stacy. Let's see, we've got people here from Wisconsin, Maryland. Oh my gosh, Virginia. We've got people from Canada. Yay, friends from Canada. Good morning to you. Yay. And let's see, there's all kinds of people here. The chat was kind of going fast. I don't know if I missed some people there. Good morning, Renee. Good morning, Jackie. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much for all the birthday wishes. And I hope you guys have a fantastic day too. Awesome. Okay. Good morning. Good morning. Yay. From San Antonio, Texas. Yes, we've got people from just everywhere. It's amazing how we can all kind of join together and talk about crafting or do little projects. It's just so much fun. And I really love doing this hour. It's just really makes my day. So thank you again for all tuning in. It's really amazing to kind of virtually see you all. Awesome. All righty. Yes. Well, thank you, Faker McFake. Thank you, everyone, for all the birthday wishes. I really appreciate it. Okay. So, if you are here for the first time, one thing I like to do is start my day nice and early with a toast. Oh, wait, we've got a message. Good morning, everyone from Richmond, Illinois. Happy birthday, Nancy. I am going to the hospital for some tests and will try to get on when finished. No worries. Otherwise, we'll watch the replay. No problem, Lisa. And just take care of yourself. You're always more important, right? Got to do self-care. Awesome. I hope everything goes well. Alrighty. So let's go ahead and we're going to start off our day. Like I was saying, I start off my day with a little toast. So guys, go ahead and raise your glasses of anything that you have in the morning. Coffee, tea, soda, water. It doesn't matter. There's never any judgment here. Raise your glasses and let's have a toast because today is my birthday and we're going to have a birthday toast and we're going to have a birthday toast for all the birthdays that are out there for October. And we definitely will want to have a fantastic day. So if you don't have something to toast with, no worries, I will pour a cup for you. So let's give some of that birthday toast to everyone. Hope you guys all have a fantastic day and thank you all for all the birthday wishes. I truly appreciate it. Alrighty, swivel for me here. Awesome, love it. Okay, had my water, yay. And I'll have to finish that cup before I can get anything else, like, little snacks, which I'm sure you want some, huh? And from what I hear, we may have some special snacks today. So I know everyone loves the food truck and I know everyone loves to have their snacks in the morning. And sometimes you just kind of get a little bit hungry, right? So let's go ahead. We've got to roll that out. So let's roll out the food truck because we've got special snacks on there, all kinds of goodies, extra stuff today. Of course, we've got everything that you can find in a food truck: coffee, tea, soda, water. We also have muffins and all kinds of cookies. And today we've got extra pastries and croissants and pancakes and eggs. And of course, we've got the healthy stuff too, like the kale and the carrots.
No birthday cake?
Oh, yes. We have to have a birthday cake today. Yes. Let's see. Mr. H worked really hard in getting us this special birthday cake. So here we are. Let's have our virtual cake. Yum. I love cake. Yes. Awesome. Gotta have a big piece for me. Yay. But of course, I've got to finish my water first before I can have the cake. So we'll have the cake. And I hope you guys enjoy a slice too. No worries, no calories, and you can have as many slices as you want. Alrighty, yay. Birthday cake for you, Robin. Awesome. Yay. Connie says, ooh. Yum, right? Isn't it good to have a kind of a piece of cake in the morning? You got to do it every once in a while, right? Once a year at least, right? Why not? Let's see. Yeah, it looks amazing. Yes, it does.
I made it myself.
Yeah, he's been baking all night. Yeah. Yeah, I think his favorite dinner item to make is spaghetti, I think. Probably the only dinner that he can really make well. No, he's got some kind of talent, sometimes, every once in a blue moon. Alrighty. Okay, so yes, cake and coffee. Baker McFig, you can have all the cake and coffee that you like. No worries. All right, we've got our drinks, we've got our snacks. I hope you're in your cozy spot or a safe place to watch. Yes.
What about the birthday card?
Okay, so because it's my birthday today, we have our little traditions here at home. So my son always makes me his little birthday card. I get a birthday card handmade every year. Yes, he still makes them for me. My daughter once in a while will remember to make me my birthday card, but my son still makes it every single time. And so he makes his happy birthday mom card, and he always draws his little hearts and flowers on here. And he wrote, "Dear Mom, I want to say happy birthday. You're the best mom in the whole world, and I love you so much. So good luck and happy birthday, Herman." And so he signs his card. So I really love that. I treasure each and every one of them. So I've got a whole bunch of these now. And I'm going to keep collecting them. Maybe I can make some kind of quilt with it at some point. So I love that. Yes. Yay. You're not late. No, you're not late. No worries. Good morning to you guys. And so I really treasure that he makes these for me. And my daughter makes them too. But we'll be seeing her probably on the weekend. So I get like lots of little special gifts from them. So I love that. And they're handmade. I don't want store-bought stuff. I want handmade stuff. But I have to say a very, 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 very big thank you to Lisa, Lily, and Brian, and Sue, because Miss Molly, it was my little birthday present, and that was a huge, huge gift that, you know, they sent over to me. So I cannot thank you enough times. And all the cards, and, you know, all the birthday wishes and everything, the gift cards. I mean, it's amazing. You guys are amazing. I love you all. Have all kinds of birthday cards behind me here on the bulletin board that people have sent over. So thank you, thank you, thank you. I really appreciate that. You guys are just amazing. And I have one more card to read that Mr. H gave me as I walked into the craft room this morning. And he said I wasn't allowed to open it until I was live. So it says, "To my loving wife, here's my little birthday card." So I'm excited to read it. Yay. Can we open it now?
No, read it later. They don't want to see it.
They don't want to see it? You guys don't want to see it? You don't want to see it, but I want to see it.
Yeah, but we could see it later. I mean, they don't want to see it.
Let me know. Do you want to see this? Do you want to see the card that Mr. H gave me? Let me know in the chat. And thanks for all the birthday wishes, guys. I'm seeing them coming through. Thank you, guys. I really, really appreciate this. So I know it's all about crafting, but we have to take a little break for the birthday. So yes, we do. See, they're saying they do want to see it. So, we get to open it. Yay. Okay, so a lot of people, we do. Okay, yes. So we're going to open it. Yay. Okay, so let's go ahead. Oh, this is cute. Has a little thingy here. Nothing's going to jump out at me, right?
Look what Cindy wrote. Cindy.
When do you listen to Mr. H? Exactly, right, Cindy? What am I saying? And it's my birthday. I can do what I want, right? It's your birthday. You can cry if you want to. Yeah, it's my channel. That's right. Yeah, you know.
Cindy cracked me up.
Thank you, Cindy. I appreciate that. Okay, there's nothing jumping out at me on this, right?
Maybe, I don't know. Maybe.
All right, let's go ahead and open it. I love this cute little heart thingy on the back. That's really cute. It's got a little heart thing to open up the slot. So that's pretty cool. Okay, here we go.
Well, don't put them on the desktop cam.
Oh, okay. Here's the little heart thingy. Can you see that? See that here? Isn't that cute? I like that. Okay, so, oh, nice. He even printed it out and everything. How cute. Look at this, guys. I got a beautiful little card. Aw, what kind of paper did you do this on? This is really cute. Okay, let's read it. Happy birthday to my beautiful wife, Nancy. Nancy, without even knowing it, the best day of my life was the day you were born. For years, I thought the best days were when you gave birth to our beautiful children, and they are amazing. But none of it would have been possible without you. Because of you, I have the life I always wanted. Because of you, I know what true love feels like. I thank God every day for bringing you into this world. You are kind, loving, and a remarkable person. You make me smile each day and every day. You give me joy. Aww. I love you more than words can ever say. I will follow you to the ends of the earth. I will love and cherish you until the end of time. I will be by your side until the very end. You are my soulmate. You complete me in every way. Have the happiest birthday, my love. I wish you many, many more. Your loving husband, Mr. H. Aww, that's so sweet. See, I'm gonna send you kisses. How cute is that? Aw, thank you. You're so sweet. Wow, putting many husbands down to the best husband poll. Oh, Cindy, you're too much. Oh, that was my birthday wish. Yay. And then we've got, oh, how cute. Okay, we've got like a, how cute is this? A pop little, we fold down the flops. Okay. Oh, this is adorable. So it's like one of those little pop-up ones. How beautiful is this? Let's see if we can grab the close-up. Can you guys see that? That's so, so cute. Here, let me take this background out. You can see it again. So, so cute. I love the pop-up card. Love it. Love it. So cute. Has happy birthday on all the sides. Really, really pretty. I love it. Yay. Thank you. And I can kind of put it here on the side with me. So I love that. That's really cute. Thank you. He tries. He tries. Yay. Yay, Mr. H, right? So that was really sweet. Okay. Well, thank you. I will set it here next to me on the side, along with all the wonderful cards. Yay. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Enough about my birthday. We've got stuff to do, right? We've got stuff to talk about, got stuff to show you, and it's all about crafting, right? Not my birthday. So let's switch over now. Okay, but thank you, everyone. I really appreciate that. Okay, so I'm going to show you, yesterday, we talked about edge-to-edge quilting, okay? And I ended up, let me open it up this way. I ended up doing the edge-to-edge quilting on the little sample that I showed you yesterday. So it's very, very colorful. And so I don't know if the camera's gonna pick up the edge-to-edge quilting on here, but we did the little design called pumpkins. And this was the design that we did. And so we got this from Designs by Juju. This is one of her edge-to-edge quilting designs. And so I used the print and stick paper and I cut it to size, and you can see it's got a lot of fuzz on it now because I've been reusing it, but it'll still stick. And so you'll see here, I've got the paper one that I cut up, and then I have the one that I did on the print and stick paper. And you can see that you can see right through it, which is neat. And it's got the crosshairs right on there. I didn't have to draw those because I printed it out from Embrilliance, which will just put them on there for me. And so then I went ahead and I started to do the quilting. And you can see here, hopefully you can see, we'll see. Yeah, you can't really see it too much because of all the colors, but I'll flip it over in just a second. But you can see the outline just a little bit here. You've got a pumpkin over on this side here, another pumpkin over here, but it's kind of went all over, which was fun. And then let me just flip it over. Now I decided to just leave the bobbin as white because I was afraid you guys were not going to be able to see it. But this is what it looks like. And here's all the edge to edge. And you can see all the pumpkins going around. And I think it did a pretty good job here. And you can see I've got probably one thing that I did neglect to do a couple of times was I forgot to bring up the bobbin thread. And so you see the little knot every once in a while. And that's just because I forgot to bring it back up. But no biggies. I mean, you can kind of, snip it a little bit. But if you want to avoid that, remember to bring your bobbin thread up when you're doing this. But it's done pretty well. It does do the job, does all the little pumpkins all over the place. So I think it came out really cute. Now I have, and I did this with the 5x7 hoop. So definitely, it's a challenge. Because it's the 5x7 hoop, it's you're working with this really small spot and you're trying to do this big space all the way down. But the problem with that is, there's multiple hoopings. So you have to make sure that you line up your template every single time correctly. And it's kind of really easy to get distracted and then make a mistake. So I ended up using both the print and stick paper and the paper because it kind of helped me to line up this way, and then I kind of overlapped it. It helped me to see and know, oh yeah, this is where it ends. And let me see if I can find a slot where it ended. So I guess it's more or less around this way here. I think, yeah, it's right here. This is where everything kind of came together there. But it's, it's really hard to see because, you kind of overlap it. So you don't really see where it starts and where it begins. So it does the job. It did a really good job in that sense. So you really don't see that. But you really have to be spot on to be able to make sure that you're hitting that mark. So it's a little time consuming and you really need to make sure that you overlap this piece here so that you finish and you start and it looks really seamless on the design. So it does the job. But if you're working on a 5x7 hoop, I had to do this about 15 times. So it can be time consuming with your smaller hoops. So if you have a bigger hoop, it's a lot better, a whole lot better. Oh, thank you for the birthday wishes. Oh, thank you for the super chat too. 1 minute tips. Oh, thank you. You're so sweet. Thank you so much. Thank you. I really appreciate it for all the years of joys that you have given me crafting. Aw, you're sweet. Thank you so much. Thank you. I appreciate that. So yeah, it's, it's time consuming and you really have to pay attention when you are rehooping to do the next one. So it's great to do. And I love that I have the option to be able to do this. But I just can't see myself doing it on a huge quilt. You gotta have a lot of patience to do that. I mean, it can be done. It can. It's just, for me, I don't think I'll have the time to do that many hoopings. I would really like to have a bigger hoop to do this because you won't have so many hoopings to do. How many hoopings did it take? It took me 15 hoopings. Yeah. 15 hoopings just for this small little piece right here. So you can imagine if it's a full-blown quilt, it's really gonna take a long time to do it. So yeah, so I was up kind of late doing these. Oh, thank you. Crafting on a Dime with Shay Shay. Thank you so much. You're so sweet. Thank you for the birthday super chat. You guys are amazing. Awesome. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Guys, you're gonna be having me go to the craft store. I think I'm gonna take a little trip over towards where my daughter's at. She's about 45 minutes north from me. And I just may hit that quilt shop that's nearby her. So I don't know. We planned on doing it this weekend. We're gonna see her this weekend. So yeah, but I think now we may just use this to go to the quilt shop. Yay! Yay, a reason to go to the quilt shop. Thank you, guys. Awesome. So yeah, it took me 15 hoopings. Because if you look at it, where did it go? Here we go. So if you look at this, like I started in the middle here because I like to quilt out, right? So I started in the middle right here. And then I kind of just eyeballed where my middle was. I wasn't, you know, all that exact. And then I just kind of went across. So it was like 1, 2, 3, and then 4 and 5. So it was 5 hoopings going across. And then I had to do 5 here and then 5 here. So total of 15 hoopings in just this small little piece. So if you have a big hoop, take advantage of that because you wouldn't have to have so many hoopings. And that means you don't have to align it so many times on the edge here, right? Now, I did go a little bit over, and that's totally okay to do that, right? So you can see here my design, I did 15 times, but then, you know, when you come, let's say it was around here somewhere, when you come down a little bit, I think actually it's around here, you're gonna go off a little bit here. And that's totally okay because this is just gonna get cut off and trimmed off. So that's totally fine. I actually prefer it that way because then I know it's quilted all the way down. But you do have to make sure, you have to watch your edges here. Because as it did the last rows and the top row, and even when it got to the edges, I had to really watch it because I want to make sure that my embroidery foot didn't get caught up underneath here between the fabric and the batting. And so that can happen. So make sure when you baste it that you're basting it pretty well on the edges so that it doesn't go over. You can also put some tape on here. Some they have like that medical tape, or you can even use painter's tape as well. And you can have it embroidered on there, but then you have to peel the tape off. So I really didn't want to have to deal with that. So I kind of left it open and I just really watched to make sure that it did not get hung up, and actually didn't have any issues at all with that because I had basted it so well that it didn't have any issues. But it can happen, so you do have to look out for that, because if you have a little gap where it's not really basted well, it could kind of get in there. I did a larger one and it took me about 74 hoopings. Oh my gosh, 74 hoopings. That's a lot. I've done a larger quilt on my 10 needle with the large sash frame. Yeah, edge to edge came out great. Yeah, I love edge to edge. It's just when you have that smaller hoop, you know, you really got a lot of hoopings to do. And I guess if you break it down and you do it, you know, just a little bit every day, then you'll be fine with it. It's just, you know, it was a lot to do all in one night. It was 15 of them, and it was watching it, you know, it's not like I could walk away. You like to use stick glue as well. Yeah, that's another option, Heidi. Definitely put a little bit of stick glue in here and just, you know, make sure that it's nice and flat. Marge says, I edge to edge quilted my grandson's 59-inch square quilt on a 9.5 by 14 hoop. It took 4 hours or so. Yeah, it really does take, I mean, it almost takes just as long as, you know, it'll take you to like piece something together, some kind of quilt together, right? So it does take a while. But I went ahead and did it. And again, it's a 5 by 7 hoop that I was using. I was using This is my magnetic hoop right here. And so you can see the design itself, you know, it's not exactly 5 by 7. It's actually 4.5 by 6.5, the design. So that's what you are kind of laying out and redoing over and over again to get this effect. But the results are beautiful. I love them. And, you know, I think it came out really great. It's just a matter of just doing this over and over and over again. So I really like that we do that. It's just, you know, it does take time. So time yourself accordingly and make sure that when you are doing this kind of project, make sure that you account for the time for your quilting if you're going to be doing edge-to-edge quilting, because it will, you know, take quite a bit of time to get this done and get this effect. So, okay, so that is that. Now I have 2 quilts, and this was my kind of practice one to get the technique down. I'm pretty happy with how it came out. I'm able to now tackle the other quilts, but I just have to time myself and know that it's going to take me a while to get it done. So that was the edge to edge. So we're good on that. And then I'm going to just start working on some of the other stuff. So let's see here. I'm going to move this out of the way. And I'm going to bring in, I've got all this edge to edge stuff here. I'm going to bring in a couple things that I'm going to need on here. And let me just kind of move this over here. Okay, so we're talking about t-shirt quilts. Okay, so you guys already know that when I went to the Sewing and Quilting Expo, I took a class on making a t-shirt quilt. And I do have it here. This is the one we kind of made in class. And we cut up the shirts and we went ahead and added some sashing. And this was all put together within the class time. And the class was maybe, I don't know, 2-3 hours, maybe something like that. And we finished the quilt within the time. I did have trimmings and all kinds of things to do, but I didn't bother to do that till I got home. I do have to put the backing on it, so I haven't done that as well. But yeah, really fun. Oh, Joyce says, thanks for doing the edge to edge. It helps us understand the process and time. Oh, you're welcome, Joyce. I hope you're able to make a lot of projects with it. So yeah, and show us what you make on our Facebook. We want to see. Okay, so in the class, I made this quilt, and this is the t-shirt quilt, and I'll just kind of put it up. Let's see, so you guys could see it. Kind of, it's about as big as I can get there. And so on the t-shirt quilt, we went ahead and we used some sashings on here, and we cut up the shirts, and we were able to do this layout. And it was a lot of fun. We used the serger to put this together. So everything was serged. You can see the serging right here that was done. And we put this together so quickly. I just couldn't believe, I was kind of taken aback of how quickly this was put together. So you have options. If you don't have a serger, you don't have to serge it together. You can do it with a sewing machine as well, but it's so quick and so easy. I don't know why I was so hesitant to doing a t-shirt quilt, because it really was just amazing. It was a lot of fun, and it just got put together so fast. So I want to go ahead, and this was kind of like my test quilt, right? Because I didn't want to bring the actual t-shirts that I was going to do, that are, a lot of these are like from the kids from competitions and whatnot. So I wanted to make a t-shirt quilt out of that, but I didn't want to do that in class. So I got some just regular t-shirts that I know that, you know, they will love. You love the black sashing. It makes the t-shirts pop. Yeah, I think so too. I think, you know, it really helps it out. And, you know, these are all like his favorite stuff that he likes, you know, all of the little cartoon characters and things that he loves to watch. So this is a cute one. My daughter wanted one, but she's got all the competition shirts, so I'm gonna pick those up and I'll make one for her as well. But I thought, you know, super cute, and I'm gonna go ahead and try to do this with you guys. And one of the things that you would have to do is, first of all, this has about 12, let me see, it was 1, 2, 3, 6, 9. Yeah, it's 12 shirts all together with the sashing, and it's pretty large, right? So that'll give you a pretty good size. So you'll have to pick out 12 t-shirts that you want to do for this project, and then we're gonna have to cut them up. And so let's kind of semi-fold this in a way. See if I can put this over to the side, because I've got a whole bag of shirts here, and a lot of these shirts like don't even fit them anymore. They're just old, and they're just competition shirts. So like here's one where it says 2014 multi-state swim meet. So this was a swimming competition which he got first place in, and this was out in Raleigh, North Carolina. And that, you remember that? Yeah, so we went to this competition and he did a fantastic job. My daughter, who was super sick at the time, she had a really bad cold, and she was a trooper. She still competed and won. So we were amazed, because we were kind of like, oh, she's not going to do well. She was doing a 500. Wasn't it a 500? And I can't remember what the other things were. They had several, I think there were 3 events, and both of them pulled off first place on all 3 events that they were each registered in. So they actually came out winners on that. So I was super excited and so proud of them. And so this one is definitely one that I want to put on the quilt. Yeah, and I think my sister was there as well. She met us in North Carolina. My parents were there. Yeah. Yeah. My nephew, Carlito, like we all kind of gathered together, and they were able to pull out go to the competition, and they were able to pull out wins, which was really nice because the whole family was there to see it. So that was pretty cool. So this one's a special one. And then the front on here, it says Special Olympics, North Carolina, Multi-State Aquatics, Pullen Aquatic Center in Raleigh, North Carolina. This was on March 22nd, 2014. So I thought that's pretty cool. And so I want to use this as one of the ones that I want to cut up for the quilt. And so it does have, so when you're looking at your shirts, right, you've got your front and you've got your back. I definitely want the back to be part of my quilt, but I also want to save this front right here, because you can do something with that. This front area, you can put it in the sashing, you can do all kinds of different things. Oh, thank you, Linda. She said, happy birthday, Nancy. Is the sashing fleece fabric? It sure is. Yes, it is fleece. And so matter of fact, I have to go to the quilt shop because I have to get the backing for this. And so I've got the fleece, I cut it up in front and I used it for the sashing, but I have to get fleece for the back. And then I'm going to go ahead and do fleece on the back for this as well. So yay. That's a fine aquatic center that we have there. Oh, yay, Flo, you're familiar with it. Yeah, it's a really nice aquatic center, and we had a fantastic time. We were able to meet other teams that are in the North Carolina area. We traveled, so it was a lot of fun meeting with them, talking with them. It's just a great community to kind of, get together. The kids have a great time. And we were so excited, you know, that they did so well. You know, I just felt really bad because my daughter was really sick at the time, but she still wanted to compete. And so she went in there and did her thing. And then, you know, pulled it off. So
We
I
also
was...
went to Chimney Rock.
Oh, yes. And then after the competition, my sister went back home and we went over to Chimney Rock. And we did that. And I have some beautiful pictures with my dad and my mom. And we were all there going to Chimney Rock. So that was a lot of fun. We stayed at, I don't remember where exactly we stayed, but we went to Chimney Rock and we had a great time there. And it was really beautiful area. We got to stay there for a couple days, kind of made it vacation out of it after the competition. So it was a lot of fun. Lots and lots of fun. So if you're ever in that area, go to Chimney Rock. It's really beautiful out there. Okay. Let's see. Did you serge the sashing onto the t-shirt quilts? Yes, I did. And you can see, hopefully you can see this here. I've got the sashing here. You can see the back of it where I serged the sashing to the t-shirt. And there's no stabilizer on this, guys. None whatsoever. So we've got the t-shirt. This is the back of the t-shirt here. And then we have the serging that went on here. So all I did was put these together and serge them together. That's it. And then you just do a cross. You know, you've got your sashing that I serged to this t-shirt, right? So I did that sashing t-shirt, doing your rows. And then once you have all your rows, then you just go in and you attach the sashing going across here. And you add that row to the sashing. So then it becomes sashing, and then the t-shirts with the sashing. And then the idea was to have a whole sashing in between each one of the squares. I decided to just do the sashing on the top here. And then on my in-between rows, I didn't do any sashing in between. I just went straight from t-shirt to t-shirt with no sashing. And then on the bottom, or every other row, I think I did a sashing here. Okay, so you can see this one's a little lighter, makes it a little easier to see here. So you've got t-shirt, sashing, t-shirt. Okay, so you can go either way. You can just have no sashing in between, or you can do a sashing in between. I kind of like the sashing in between. I think it kind of makes the quilt a little bit bigger, and it kind of separates, you know, especially if you have a really busy shirt, like this one's kind of really busy here. I would put the sashing in between just to kind of break it up between the two. Even though you have different colors, it's nicer on the eyes to kind of break it up with that sashing. It makes it a little bit easier to kind of see the differences here. So that's what I did here. Okay. So how did we get there? So pretty simple. You are going to need, I would recommend that you get a 12.5-inch square ruler. This is going to make your life a lot easier. You can use a regular ruler, but you got to do a lot of measuring and, you know, all that. This makes it so much easier to allow you to fussy cut as well. So I'm going to show you on this shirt right here. We'll just lay it out flat. I'm going to lay this. You want to kind of just make sure it's laid flat as you can. Now, if you have something in the front of the shirt, like I do here, you're going to want, before you do any cutting, you're going to want to separate things. So first thing you'll want to do is cut off the sleeves. So you'll want to cut this off, and you want to cut it as close as you can to your arms, the seam line on the arms here. Okay. But if you don't care about the front and you're not going to be using the front at all, you don't even have to do that. You can just take the ruler, put it right on top, And just think of this. This is what is going to be on the t-shirt quilt. So you'll need to just kind of look at your design that's underneath and try to center it, making sure that you leave enough space on the top and the bottom for those seams, right? So if you need to bring it up, you can do that. If you need to bring it down, do that. Just center it where you get to the point that you like what is underneath this ruler, because that is what is going to show. Okay, and if you want to center that, make sure it's nice and centered. Okay, and just kind of look at it and just kind of center that out. See how you like this to show. And once you have that good and ready, and that's what you want, then you can go ahead and cut. That 12.5 inch is your #1 ruler. Mine is exactly yours. Yeah, this is a great ruler. It really is. This is one of, you know, if you're doing a t-shirt quilt, this is the ruler to have. This definitely will help because you can see what you have right underneath this ruler. That's exactly what's going to show. And so then once you have this all lined up, and I'll do it when I'm standing up because I want to make sure this here is lined up, and I want to make sure that I have enough seam allowance space on the top because I don't want to eat away at the letters here, and I don't want to eat away at the bottom either. So I'm going to really try to center this, and then I can go ahead and make this cut and just cut this whole entire piece out. Okay, that's the cut that you're going to have here. Now, that's if you're not going to use anything from the front of the shirt. If you are going to use something that's in the front of the shirt, then before you do this, you got to cut some more out, right? The first thing you want to do, since I am going to be using this piece here, I don't want to accidentally cut it off as I'm cutting the back. So I will flip this over here, and all I'm going to do is basically open up the shirt. So you're going to go to the sides. Let me just put my hands in here. And so here are the side seams of the shirt. Now it's a t-shirt. You're not going to have any side seams here. So what you will want to do is you'll want to take this and you may want to press it so that you can create that seam line. Or if you don't feel like taking the iron out, you can just kind of lay it really flat like I have here and just grab some scissors and just start from the bottom and just cut that side all the way up until you get to the armpit here. Okay, so you would just do that cut. Let me do it sideways so you guys can see everything here. Move that over. Okay, need more space. Okay, here we go. So here is the shirt laid out on its side here. I'm going to focus on just this side here. And you can see here, we've got it laid flat. We're going to cut this seam open. That's going to separate your front and your back pieces, right? And then you're going to cut all around the seam line right here by the arm, because you don't want to include this seam into your piece, right? And then you can take a smaller ruler. If you have a 6.5 inch ruler, that would probably work better. I'll just use this one since this is what I have. But you can go ahead and use your ruler to kind of keep the image, whatever the image is, underneath the center of that ruler and kind of center that, and then go ahead and you're going to be making that cut. But you're going to do that after you have separated the seam. So right, so you're going to cut going across here, you're going to cut across the seam here. You're going to do that same thing on the other side. So you go to the other side and do the same thing, cut here. That's going to leave you with a flap, right? The back and the front's going to be a flap. So it'll allow you to kind of get this out of the way so that you can then cut just the back, okay? And I'll try to record myself as I do this so you guys could see that. So you can see me actually doing it. So maybe I'll do a little video on just that so you guys can see that. So once you separate those two, then you can kind of go back and do the cut in the back here, right? And then you'll have your pieces. Now, there's a lot of scrap. You're going to have tons and tons of scrap left over. And we ended up in the class, everyone was putting their scraps into one huge pile because they're actually going to reuse those. So a lot of people were pulling out the arms. You've got the little cuff here on the end. All of that can be reused to other projects. So if you are not into it, then you could just scrap it. But all of these ribbed cuffs right here, like you could use these things for other things. So it does make a lot of scrap, but it can be used for other projects if you're interested in doing that. We ended up doing just it was a huge pile. I should have taken a picture of it. It was just such a huge pile. After everyone was done cutting up all their shirts, they all threw their scraps into this pile and became this huge pile of just scraps everywhere. But yeah, I went back later and I saw, and they were picking out from that pile and they were going to be reusing these things. So lots and lots of stuff that you can do with that. So this cuff right here can be reused and can be resurged into something else. So if you're into like recycling and stuff, you can definitely do that. So that is how you cut up your t-shirt. And again, I'm going to kind of record myself doing it so you can get that close up, and I'll show you guys as I cut up this shirt. And then I'm going to be cutting up all the other shirts. Now, there's different types of t-shirts, because here's another one that I wanted to kind of show you. And I know we're running low. Yeah, it's my birthday. Oh, you know what? Let's do this as I assemble this one together. Since it's my birthday, I want to go ahead and give away some memberships to you guys. So let's me give some love and gifts to you guys. Okay, I want to give some love back. So we're going to be giving away some memberships. I believe it's 5, right? 5, yeah. 5 memberships we're going to give away. And so we're going to set that up. So Mr. H will be doing that in the chat. You don't need to do anything. It's going to randomly pick people from the chat. So, you know, don't forget to say hello in the chat. That way it recognizes you're there. All righty. I think we are ready. Here we go. All righty. It's sending 5 memberships and it randomly picks people. So we'll see who it picked. Okay. Bettina, we've got Creative Notions, Beverly Marie. We've got Susan Lennar, congratulations. Marge Roach, congratulations. Let's see, Kenya, Nikki A, congratulations. And that was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, yay, congratulations, guys. Awesome. So you've been selected to receive a free gift membership. So if you want, go ahead and just accept them. And there's tons of videos and things that are out there that you can go in there and see. So hope you enjoy that and enjoy all the benefits for the memberships. And if you're not a member and you want to become one, go ahead and hit that join button because we have a lot of fun. I hope you guys are able to join me for that. Okay. All right. Yay. Congratulations. Yay. Lots of congratulations to them. Awesome. See, I feel better that I get to give back to you guys. Awesome. Yay. All right. So another thing quickly that I want to talk about, because we've got your regular cotton t-shirts that we do for these quilts, but then you have this slippery type of you've got like a slippery type of material. And you also have, and let me show you a different one while I'm at it. We've got this one. These two kind of are the same. You've got this material right here that is also kind of the same. It's that stretchy like material, but you can also do these with that. And these are all, again, they're competition and shirts that, you know, he's participated in. This was the law enforcement Special Olympics, Florida. This was a run on a kind of like a charity type thing, that event that we went to. And so here's another one that I would cut up here. And it doesn't have anything here on the other side, so I don't have to worry about cutting this. So this is one where it'd be very easy to do. I am just using the front of the shirt, and I would just use my ruler to go ahead and make the cut. Now, here's where it becomes a little complicated, right? We've got sometimes you've got these designs that kind of span out just a little bit more than that 12.5 inches. So maybe your quilt may not have the exact 12.5 inch size. Like, I'm not going to cut off the T here. So I may have to decide if I go this way and just cut off the little R from the registered trademark. I think that's fine. I may do that. And you know, you just got to kind of play with it, but look out for the designs that sometimes will span a little bit more than 12.5 inches going across, because if that happens, you'll have to cut something off and you'll have to decide where the best place is and move your ruler around to decide where the cutoff will be on your design. So just look out for that. But for this stretchy design, I treated this just like any other cotton shirt because we're serging this together. So I didn't have to worry about what material the shirts were on. So I went ahead and cut this the same way, just again, checking the designs. And now you can see all the different ones that are going to come up on the quilt. So this is an excuse to use your serger, guys, because yeah, I've been neglecting my serger. It's been sitting back in my corner over there. And so I didn't get a chance to really do that. Oh, we've got a new crafter. Yay, Leslie. Awesome. Thanks for joining. Thank you so much. Awesome. I hope you enjoy the videos that are out there and all the benefits that come with membership. Okay, guys, we are getting towards the end of our hour. Why don't we move over to our inspirational quote of the day? Okay, so today's quote of the day is, "A birthday surrounded by fabric, color, family, and friends is a gift beyond measure." And that's exactly what you guys are for me. You are just a gift that keeps on giving to me every single day by you guys being here. I so appreciate all of your support, and I really appreciate all the birthday wishes, and I just have a lot of fun doing this. I hope you guys really enjoy it too. We work really hard to kind of bring everything together and just make sure that we're having fun on this channel. You know, it's great to learn things and do all kinds of demos and stuff, but we want to have fun, and we want to make sure that you guys really enjoy the channel and enjoy, you know, just being with us. You know, you're on the sewing journey with me, and I'm just taking you along every single day, and we're learning with each other and just having a fantastic time. Kind of like the haha group that Miss Molly had, right? This is just a virtual one. Every once in a while, hopefully we get to meet. Cindy said, "Could you cut it and make one column all diamond shaped?" Yes, I'm not a visual person. Not sure if you rotated your ruler 60 degrees if the design would still be cut off. Well, let's check that out. Let's use the gray one. And I guess it would depend on the design itself, right? It would really depend on the design. So if you were to rotate it this way, you'd have to be careful with your lettering on the top. That would be cut off. But let's say you just had no words and you just had the picture that you wanted and you didn't want the words, then you can totally do that. Sure. But now when you put it together on with your sashing and everything else, you'd have to kind of do kind of a half square on each side, right? And make it that block so you can square it up, but you can absolutely do that, of course. And that would give it a little bit different look. Now you probably have less shirts because you've got all this to accommodate for, so you'd have less of a palette, I guess, to be able to put it all together, but you can absolutely experiment with different designs, definitely. This is probably just the easiest one to start off with, and then you can kind of get really creative, right? Awesome. Okay. Yes, happy birthday. Thank you so much. Thank you guys so much for spending this hour with me. I really appreciate it, and I truly love each and every one of you guys, and thank you so much for all the birthday wishes. I hope you guys had a fantastic time this morning, and I hope you have a fantastic day. And thank you again for tuning in, and I hope to be crafting with you soon. Bye, everyone.
Nancy with GiftsHQ makes crafting videos, creating with passion and a love for what she sews. Crochet, quilting, and sewing, crafting is what she knows. Making smiles one craft at a time. Your talent will grow with every stitch and every thread she weaves her art. Her hands create something special straight from the heart. And as the colors come alive, the joy spreads near and far. Nancy and her gifted crafters shine like bright stars. She's Nancy with gifts.